squeak, squeak, as I squeak along, I just thought I'd take a moment and share with you my appreciation and about basically my appreciation of feminine, wonders of the feminine sex. And this is nothing dirty-minded or anything like that. It really, truly is just that appreciation. I'm riding my bicycle along the road here, and I saw a woman getting out of a car, probably commuting, and bowing gracefully. She was so well dressed, bowing gracefully to the person that was driving, probably gave her a ride home, then going to her little house somewhere around here. Big house, I don't know what it is, it doesn't matter. And let's go down this road. Anyway, and the thought just went through my mind as I saw that, about how civilized so many women are. Not all, of course. There's some wild women, just like there's some very civilized men. But for the most part, I think your average woman tames your average man and helps him find a bit of civility and balance that he might otherwise lack. I know that's the case for me. It's the only example I can use. I know that if I didn't have little lights in there, if I didn't have my wife, I would be probably homeless. And I don't mean that in the, well, I could be homeless in the worst sense of all. It depends. I'm pretty mad in terms of my brain is kind of nearly most of the time it's barely hanging on. And I mean that in probably the worst way. And my wife keeps me, and she always has, kept me grounded by giving me helping me to have an objective to strive for in terms of my living, and that being, you know, to be a good husband. I love her very much, to be a good husband and provider for her, and then of course to be the father that our daughter deserves. Let me navigate across this road as I continue. And I know that if it wasn't for her, my life would have been a much more self-involved and self-enveloped, and is that even a description? I would have been consumed by myself, by my own personal interest and my own self-motivation, as if I wasn't already. I mean, I am, but she gives me so much in that regard. She civilizes me, is what she does, and women do that for the most part for so many men, and I think that's a wonderful thing. And I wonder sometimes what they get out of the deal, because it seems like so often that they give up so much, or they have to tolerate so much of us. I remember reading a survey that was done of Japanese housewives. I don't mean to single out Japanese housewives in this regard, but that was what the survey was, about what they could use one word to describe their relationships, their marriage, and the overwhelming. Can you guys guess what that word might be? the Japanese women used to describe their marriages to their husbands, their Japanese husbands. The word was patience. Overwhelming majority think that patience is the strength that they required most in maintaining their marriage. And I imagine that if that survey was done amongst other nations and other groups, that we'd find that to be the case all around. I'm at a Buddhist temple now. So there we go. Just my little bit of appreciation for the wonderful gift of womanhood upon what would otherwise be the lonely, self-indulging world of men that would come to a dramatic end, as we could certainly not procreate with alone. Although you never know, that day may come. I mean, the scientists just recently figured out how to basically they did something really complicated. Using stem cells to basically not even using human beings for the initial stages. I can't remember all the details. I shouldn't go into it. But we're getting closer and closer to not needing sex or even reproduction in that capacity. Another thought, but I want to keep on the women. Yeah. Okay. Now I'm gonna turn the camera off and think about women. Think about my woman with the reverence and the appreciation that she deserves. Take care. Bye bye.